Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Uh, this is online lecture number 7 of this semester, and we will cover lecture number 21 of our notes in this lecture. Okay, first of all, I give you the topics covered in this lecture. We have multiplexer, Article 5.6, and block diagram and truth table of multiplexer and the working of multiplexer. And then we have magnitude comparator, Article 5.4. What is a magnitude comparator, its algorithm and its working, and then the logic diagram of a magnitude comparator, 4-bit magnitude comparator. And then we have practice problems of decoder and multiplexer. This is a problem 1 of 3 by 8 decoder. And we have another problem of, let's say, multiplexer and decoder. So this problem we will do in next lecture. So in today's lecture, we will cover up to here, uh, up to this first problem. Okay, starting from the first page, what is a multiplexer? Multiplexing means, what is multiplexing? Multiplexing means transmitting a large number of information units over a smaller number of channels or lines. A digital multiplexer, basically, if you have a large number of input lines and you transmit it out to a single line, this is called multiplexing. What does a digital multiplexer does? A digital multiplexer is a combinational circuit that selects binary information from one of many input lines and directs it to a single output line. So it has many input lines and a single output line, and the selection lines, the selection of a particular input line is controlled by a set of selection lines. So the selection, it will has, let's say, inputs and single output and the selection lines. Selection lines will decide that which input will go to the output. So the selection of a particular input line is controlled by a set of selection lines. Normally there are 2 raised to power n input lines and n selection lines whose bit combination determine which input is selected. So let's say this is a 4 input 4 by 1 multiplexer. 4 by 1 multiplexer means it has 4 inputs and 1 output. All multiplexers have 1 output. And why we are using 2 raised to power n and n 2 raised to power n input lines and n selection lines? It means n is equal to 2. There are 2 selection lines and 2 raised to power n 4 input lines. So this is the main formula of a multiplexer. Okay, so 2 raised to power, we can say n selection lines, 2 raised to power n input lines, and a single output line. So for 4 by 1 multiplexer, there are 2 selection lines, 2 raised to power 2, 4 input lines, and a single output line. And what is the truth table of a multiplexer or a function table? This is a function table of a multiplexer. Selection lines S1 and S0, these are the 2 selection lines S1 and S0. S1 and S0 have 4 combinations: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. So when S1 and S0 are both 0, then I0 is selected. I0 input comes at the output. I0 input is available at the output. So when S1 is 0 and S0 is 0, both are 0, we can say at that point I0 is the output. I0 will be available at the output. Yani input I0 will be available at the Y output. When S1 is 0 and S0 is 1, then input I1 will be available at the output Y. Similarly, when S1 is 1 and S0 is 0, then input I2 will be available at the output Y. And when S1 is 1 and S0 is 1, then input I3 will be available at the output. So in general, we can say 0, 0 is the binary 0. So when input is 0, this subscript is also 0. So I0 will be selected. Input I0 will be selected. When 0, 1 is the binary 1, then I1 is the binary 1. This subscript is 1. So I1 will be selected. Then S1 is equal to 1 and S0 is 0. This is binary 2. So in that case, I2 will be selected. And 1, 1 is 3. In that case, I3 will be selected. So a multiplexer is also called a data selector. since it selects one of many inputs and steers the binary information to the output line. So we also called a multiplexer a binary selector because it selects the input lines and directs it to the output line. Okay, next we have a magnitude comparator, Article 5.4. What is a magnitude comparator? The comparison of two numbers is an operation that determines if one number is greater than, less than, or equal to other number. So a magnitude comparator basically compares two numbers and tells you whether one number is greater than or less than or equal to the other number. This is what magnitude comparator does. A magnitude comparator A magnitude comparator is a combinational circuit that compares two binary numbers A and B and determines their relative magnitudes. The output of the comparator comparison is specified by three binary variables that indicate whether there are three possibilities of comparison between two numbers A and B. Either A is greater than B, or A is equal to B, or A is less than B. So these three variables will decide the relative comparison between two numbers A and B. Okay, first I can tell you that if this is the circuit diagram, this is the circuit diagram of a magnitude comparator, then it has three outputs. One output is A less than B, second output is A is greater than B, and third output is A is equal to B. So if there are three possibilities, if these are the three possibilities, then if A is greater than B, if A is greater than B, then this output will be 1 and other two outputs will be 0. If A is equal to B, then this output A is equal to B will be 1 and other two outputs will be 0. And if A is less than B, then this output will be 1 and these two will be 0. Okay. Now going back to this is the algorithm of magnitude comparator. So the algorithm is a direct application a person uses to compare relative magnitude of two numbers. So how we will compare the two numbers, this will be the algorithm of magnitude comparator. So first of all, consider two binary numbers A and B with 4 digits each. So A and B are two binary numbers. A has 4 bits, A3, A2, A1, and A0. These are the 4 bits of a number A. These A3, A2, A1, A0 basically are ones and zeros, and we are using the general symbol. A3 is the most significant bit, A2 is the second most significant bit, and A1 is the third most, and A0 is the least significant bit. Similarly, B is a 4-bit number, B3, B2, B1, B0. Okay. So now the two numbers are equal if all pairs of significant digits are equal. That is, if A is equal to B, then its all relative bits will be equal. Means A3 will be equal to B3, A2 will be equal to B2, and A1 will be equal to B1, and A0 will be equal to B0. So if two numbers are equal, then all pairs of significant bit digits are equal. So in that case, if this is the equality distinction of two numbers, then we can say when numbers are binary, the digits are either 1 or 0, and equality relation of each pair of bit can be expressed as this. So if two numbers are equal, we will express it like this: x of I is equal to ai bi or ai dash bi dash, where I is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, which means that basically he is saying that either each pair of significant bits, like means if A3 is 1, then B3 is also equal to 1. If A3 is 0, B3 is also equal to 0. So this equation, general equation, is telling you that if two numbers are equal, then their corresponding significant bits will be either both 1, AI BI means both 1, or AI dash BI dash means both 0. So either they will both pairs will be 1 or both pairs will be 0. Okay. So this is the general equation, or this is the general algorithm of two numbers which are equal. Okay. So where x of I is equal to 1, if the pairs of bits in position I are equal, that is if both are ones or both are zeros. So this x of I will be equal to 1 if both pairs A3 is equal to B3 and A2 is equal to B2, or A1 is equal to b1 and a naught is equal to b naught. So this x of I will be 1 if the pair of significant bits are either both ones or both zeros. So then in that case, x of I will be equal to 1. So the equality of two numbers is displayed in the combinational circuit figure 5.7, which I showed you, page 165, by output binary variable that we designate by the symbol a is equal to b. The binary variable is equal to 1 if the input number a and b are equal, and it is equal to 0 otherwise. So in this diagram, if a is equal to b, then this variable, this gate output will be equal to 1, and the other two outputs will be 0. And if a is not equal to b, then this a is equal to b will be 0. Okay, now coming to next, we have, there are three possibilities that either a can be equal to b, or a is greater than b, or a is less than b. So we will determine the algorithm for all three cases. So first we have determined the algorithm for a is equal to b. This is the algorithm for a is equal to b. Now we are coming to a is greater than b or a is less than b. To determine if A is greater than or less than B, we inspect the relative magnitude of pair of significant digits starting from the most significant position. If two digits are equal, we compare the next lower significant pair of digits. This comparison continues. This comparison continues until a pair of unequal digits is reached. If corresponding digit of A is 1 and B is 0, we conclude that A is greater than B. And if corresponding digit of A is 0 and B is 1, then we have A is less than B. So basically he's saying that to determine whether A is greater than B or less than B, these are the two numbers. So we will start from the most significant bit. We will compare A3 with B3. So if A3 is, let's say, if A3 and B3, we will compare these two to check whether A3 and B3 are equal or not equal. There are two possibilities. One possibility is A3 is equal to B3. In that case, we will go to the next significant bit. But if in on the other side, if A3 and B3 are not equal, then if A3 is 1 and B3 is 0, then A will be greater than B. So by this comparison, you have two numbers. You start from the most significant bit and compare the corresponding bits. If they are equal, you go to the next bit. And until you continue this comparison until you get a pair of corresponding bits which are not equal. So in when they are not equal, if a bit is 1, then a is greater than b, and if b bit is 1, then b is greater than a, or a is less than b. So this is the general concept of comparing two numbers, that you basically you compare corresponding bits. If A3 is 1, B3 is 0, then directly you conclude that A is greater than B. But if there is a case that A3 and B3 are equal, then you go to the next bit. In same, you compare A2 and B2. If A2 is 1 and B2 is 0, then A is greater than B. If B2 is 1, A2 is 0, then B is greater than A. Or if A2 and B2 are equal, then you go to the next significant bit, A1, B1, and you repeat the same procedure of comparing these two until you get a pair which is not equal. And if they are not equal, then if you have 1 at A and 0 at B, then A is greater than B. Or if you have 1 at B and 0 at A, then B is greater than A. Okay, so this comparison, the sequential comparison can be logically expressed by the following Boolean function. These are the two Boolean functions or algorithm of A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, this is the equation. If A is greater than B, then it means A3 is 1, B3 is 0, or if this condition is not true, then X3 means they are equal. Or if A3 and B3 are equal, then A2 is 1, B2 is 0. Or if that is not possible, then it means that there is a possibility that A2 and B2 are also equal. Then you do X3, X2. X3 means this equivalence, and x2 means this equivalence. Then you go to a1 and b1. If a1 is 1 and b1 is 0, and even if that pair is also equal, then you go x3, x2, x1, and a1, a naught is 0 and b naught is a naught is 1 and b naught is 0. So if that is the case, that then a is greater than b. A3 1, B3 0, or A2 1, B2 0, or A1 is equal to 1 and B1 is equal to 0, or A naught is equal to 1, B naught is equal to 0. So in that case, A will be greater than B. The other possibility, A less than B, in that case, you can say A3 is 0 and B3 is 1, or if that are equal, you multiply it with x3, which is the equivalence of this, then a2 is 0, b2 is 1. And if they are equal, then x3 into x2 and a1 is 0, b1 is equal to 1. Or if they are also equal, then x3 into x2 into x1, then a naught is equal to 0 and b naught is equal to 1. So this whole equation will give you the result a is less than b. So the symbols A is greater than B and A is less than B are the binary output variables that are equal to 1 when A is greater than B or A is less than B respectively. See the figure 5.7, page 165, 4-bit magnitude comparator. So in this diagram, you have A is greater than B and A is less than B. If A is greater than B, then this output will be equal to 1 and the other two outputs will be 0. And if A is less than B, then this output will be equal to 1 and these two outputs will be equal to 0. So this was the 4-bit magnitude comparator, and you can see that this gates, basically these are the AND gates and these are the NOR gates and these are the NOT gates and AND gates. Basically they are implying these equations, this equation and these equations, and these equations are implemented by these gates. So okay, this is a 4-bit magnitude comparator. 4-bit means both numbers are a3 B3, A2 B2, A1 B1, and A0 B0. These are the corresponding bits of the two numbers A and B. So this circuit has 8 inputs. There are two 4-bit numbers or 8 inputs and 3 outputs. 3 outputs. These 3 outputs are the three cases whether a number can be equal or A is greater than B or A is less than B. So this was the magnitude comparator. Now the practice problems of on decoders and multiplexers. So this problem is saying that consider the circuit below, fill in the truth table with ABC as inputs and K0 to K7 as outputs. Okay. So first of all, you have in this circuit, these ABC are 3 inputs and this is a 3x8 decoder which has XYZ as inputs and K0 to K7 as outputs of the decoder. So first of all, you will have to establish a relation between ABC, these inputs, and the inputs XYZ of the decoder. So first of all, what you will do, you will make a truth table ABC corresponding to XYZ. ABC XYZ means you will list that if A, B, and C have 8 combination, that is 0002 triple 1, then what are the corresponding values of X, Y, and Z corresponding to each combination of ABC. Okay, and in on next page, then if you have your XYZ, then you will fill what are the values of K0 to K7. Okay, so first you will make a table of ABC with XYZ, and then you will make a table of ABC with K0 to K7. Okay, so this is basically easy problem. I will show you what is the procedure of filling this truth table. So first of all, you see that this A, this first of all, this X, basically X is the coming from the output of this AND gate, and this AND gate is has two inputs, and these two inputs are coming from, one is here and one is here. So this not NAND gate having two inputs, one is A and other is B. So first of all, you see what happens if we have here ABC, the 8 combinations of ABC from 4 zeros, 4 ones, and 0011 and 0101. This is binary 0, binary 0 to binary 7. These are the 8 combinations of ABC. So in first case, if A is equal to, in first case, we have A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, C is equal to 0. And we will determine what will be the values of X, Y, Z corresponding to this 000. So if A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 0, in case of 0 0, AND output is equal to 0, but NAND output is equal to 1. So we will have 1 here, and the other gate is this OR gate. This OR gate has A is equal to 0 and C is equal to 0. So 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. Here is 0. So we have 1 here, we have 1 here, and 0 here. So 1 and 0 is equal. This is the AND gate whose one input is 1 and one input is 0. So if AND gate has one input as 1 and other input as 0, then AND gate gives you 0 output. So X will be 0. So we write 0 here. So in similar cases, next we have Y. Y is coming from this gate, OR gate, and this OR gate has 3 inputs. One is coming from this NOR gate, other is coming from this NAND gate, AND gate, and third is coming from this AND gate. So first of all, what you will do, you will write the outputs of each gate. So this gate has, let's say this NOR gate has A is equal to 0, and what is the other input? B is equal to also 0. So if A is equal to 0 and B is also equal to 0, the OR gate gives you a 0 output, but NOR gate gives you a 1 output. So the output of this gate is equal to 1. So in we can determine the output of this gate and this gate, but we will stop here because this is a OR gate, and OR gate gives you a 1 output if any of its input is equal to 1. So we have already received one of the input as 1. So we will conclude that this output Y will be equal to 1. We don't have to analyze what are the values of these two gates, because if one input of a OR gate is 1, then it is understood that it will have a 1 output. So this Y will be equal to 1. So next you will go to the third input. This Z input is coming from here, and this is a NOR gate. This is a NOR gate, and NOR gate has what, 3 inputs. One input is A. This is coming from A, and this is coming from B, and this is coming from C. So in that case, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, C is equal to 0, and C is complementing. There is a NOT gate here. So if C is equal to 0, if C is equal to, let's say if C is equal to 0, then its complement will be equal to 1. So in case of a NOR gate, if any of its input is equal to 1, it will give a 0 output. So we don't have to analyze any further. If one of the input of a NOR gate is equal to 1, that is in this case C is equal to 0 and C bar is equal to 1, then NOR gate will give a 0, output. Okay. So in the first case, we have determined that ABC 000 will give XYZ is equal to 010. So this is the first case. This is the first case where we have determined that for A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, C is equal to 0, XYZ will be equal to 010. Now we have already in previous lecture we have determined that if X is equal to 0, Y is equal to 1, and Z is equal to 0, this is a binary 2. This is the binary 2, and for binary 2 we will have K2 is equal to 1 for a 3 by 8 decoder. So if you go to the next page, we have again listed A, B, C, as the inputs, and we have determined that ABC generates a XYZ is equal to binary 2, and K2 will becomes 1. So if you analyze all the other combination, let's say A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, and C is equal to 1 generates X is equal to 1, Y is equal to 1, Z is equal to 1. This is binary 7. So in the second case, we will have K7 is equal to 1. So in second case 001, we will have K7 is equal to 1. So in similarly, if third case A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1, C is equal to 0 generates X is equal to 0, Y is equal to 0, Z is equal to 0. So in this is binary 0. So K0 will be equal to K0 will be equal to 1. So K0 is 1 here. So in similar cases, in this case, in third 011 case, we have K4 equal to 1, 011, we have K4 equal to 1, and then again K4 is equal to 1 because we are having again 4 here. And next we have K6 is equal to 1, and then we have K2 is equal to 1, and then we have K2 is equal to 1, which we are doing from here. Okay, so this is the truth table of this required truth table of this problem. So this was our practice problem number 1, for which had 3 by 8 decoder. The next problem is having multiplexer and decoder. This problem we will do in next lecture, and in today's lecture we will cover up to here, up to the first practice problem, up to this first practice problem. Okay, so if you have any confusion, you can ask me in the live lecture on Microsoft Teams on Thursday. Okay, Allah Hafiz.